Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Nurul Alia binti Muhammad Ali and my matric number F02153. Now, I'm gonna share with you guys about the background of MyFundActions. So, basically, MyFundActions, formerly known as Yayasan Dana Kebajikan Muslim Malaysia, is a renowned non-profit organisation in Malaysia led by a dedicated team young individual driven by their love for volunteerism and business. MyFundActions aim to improve the life of those in need and create a positive impact on society. Besides, MyFundActions relies on generous donations from millions of people worldwide, as well as collaborations with government agencies, civil society organizations, and the commercial sectors. This unique funding model allows them to carry out their missions of empowering low-income organizations, aiding the unprivileged, and serving all the residents. Moreover, the organizations focus on the four key areas: food, educational, entrepreneurships, and health. These areas have been carefully chosen to address major societal challenges comprehensively. Other than that, MyFundActions fight hunger, food, and insecurity through their food programs, ensuring that unprivileged communities have access to nutritious meals. They promote sustainable agricultural and community-based food projects to create a long-term solutions. Next, MyFundActions provide educational opportunity and resource to impoverished youth, equipping them with the knowledge and skill for a brighter future. They believe that educational is the key to breaking the circle of the poverty and enabling individuals to fulfilling life. Besides, MyFundActions recognize the potentials of entrepreneurship to drive socio-economic improvement. They support and nurture young entrepreneurs by providing tools, training, and mentorships. By fostering entrepreneurships, MyFundActions aim to create long-term solutions that benefit communities and generate economic opportunities. Nevertheless, health is another critical component of MyFundActions Youth Development Plan. They prioritize projects that improve health awareness, preventive healthcare, and access to medical service for marginalized populations. By addressing health-related issues, MyFundActions aim to improve the overall well-being of the communities they serve. With a network of over 2,000 dedicated members and volunteers, the majority of whom are passionate young individuals, MyFundActions believe in the power of youth. They shape the futures. They provide platforms and programs that capitalize on their potential for community development and economic empowerment. In addition, MyFundActions' impact extends beyond Malaysia. They have expanded their influence to the 5 countries including New Zealand, Egypt, Indonesia, Japan, and several African nations. This global presence allows them to extend their philanthropic efforts and positively influence diverse communities around the world. In the nutshell, MyFundActions is a dynamic non-profit organisation that strives to make the world a better place through volunteerism and businesses. Their programs and projects in food, education, entrepreneurships, and health aim to improve the life of individuals in need, empower communities, and foster long-term change. MyFundActions for the best future aspire to be the leading platform for develop the next generations of youth leaders who embody compassion, entrepreneurships, and Islamic ideals. That's all from me about background of the MyFundActions, and I will pass to my friends.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Auni binti Mustafa. My matric number F02211. Now, let's get to know about the top management of MyFundAction with me. Firstly, Dr. Muhammad Hizul Azri, the founder of MyFundAction, and he also the main advisor of this organization. Next is Miss Raina Sulong, which is the one who captivated my eyes the most. So you may be wondering, out of all the management in this organization, why I really attracted with Miss Raina Sulong? Well, I will tell you soon later. Okay, she is the co-founder of MyFundAction. Next is Mr. Muhammad Afiq, which is our Chief Executive Officer. Next is Siti Aisyah, which is she is head of human resource and also head of operation. Next is Humi Fatin Atia, which is head of finance. And lastly is Mr. Isma Filza Hazri, which is head of public relations. Okay, first let's get to know a little bit more about the founder of MyFundAction, which is Dr. Muhammad Hizul Azri. He founded this organization with vision. He wants the FundAction to be the medium that manage properties in fairness and integrity in developing economy of Muslim internationally. Wow, what a great man he is. Recently, I also visit his Instagram profile, and what I find interesting for him is despite all his busy schedule as businessman, he still spend his time to do tazkirah once in 2 weeks through Instagram live. And he also wrote some sharing that one of the quote that really inspires me a lot is about how we want to ask forgiveness from Allah if we cannot give forgiveness to ourselves. So that one really touched my heart a lot. So if you want to read that post, you can visit his IG, which is Dr. Muhammad Hizul Azri. Okay, next, the one that maybe you are curious about, the one who captivate my eyes the most, which is Miss Raina Sulong. She majored in Master of Computer and Science, University Malaya, and now works as research assistant in University Malaya. So why, out of all the management in the organization, why I attracted to her? Unlike the others, she is really private person, which makes me kind of hard to find her photo to attach it with my presentation. But in her Instagram is full with sharing of philosophy and knowledge that she has. And somehow the writing that she wrote can heal the ones that we had as a human being. And so yeah, that is really interesting of her because she expressed her thought through her writing in her Instagram, which actually Instagram a lot of people use it to post what they do daily life, but she write her thought instead. And one of the quote that I remember the most is, if you want to find the purpose of your life, find the meaning of life first. And she also attached the volunteer activity that she did in MyFundAction on that post, which actually I suppose that the purpose of her life maybe to contribute to community itself, volunteering. Last but not least, Mr. Muhammad Afiq, which is Chief Executive Officer of MyFundAction. He was pursuing his study at University of Auckland in Bachelor of Electrical Engineering. He started his business when he was in university. His passion is business led him to establish his own business, which is NZ Malaya. His motto is "Lead to be the one who inspire others." Mr. Afiq is actually an influencer on Instagram with 107,000 followers. If Miss Suhaina Sulong used writing as the way she shared her knowledge or her thoughts, but Mr. Afiq, he makes video to share the knowledge with other people as to attract the viewers, as his motto, "Lead to be the one who inspire others."
Okay, now here are the MyFundAction's activities. There are 3 activities under poverty project that I want to highlight here. So, the first one is Rumah Impian project. MyFundAction has taken the initiative to develop Rumah Impian to assist Malaysian government in tackling poverty among Malaysians. It helps the low-income group to own a house according to their needs. This initiative is carried out by giving out some funds to repair or rebuild the damaged house. The house will be developed either by phase or at once. And if you can see here is the process of making it, and also before and after the renovations. The second one is houses for Syrian refugees. What I love about this NGO is that they are not only focused in helping the local Malaysians, but also the global. They built houses for Syrian refugees in northern east of Aleppo. What I love about this project is that the resident village is completed with facilities such as school, mosque, marketplace, and also community spaces. The third project is Water Well in Africa, where they provide tube well in African countries such as Malawi, Guinea, Bissau, Benin, and Chad. MyFundAction actually started the Water Well project in Africa, started in August 2019, up until today.
In a world where hunger and despair alone rush, there exists a beacon of hope, an organization that acted to make intangible difference in the real life those in need. Welcome to MyFundAction, and this Gantish non-profit government organization commitment to alleviating hunger and providing to aid their vulnerable communities.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Ratul Husna binti Ahmad Sabri. My mentor number is F02128. So, I want to tell you guys one story about what happened last night. So last night around 8:30 p.m. I was watching a video on the internet, and I came across an inspiring non-profit organization in Malaysia called MyFundAction.
As we delve into the remarkable work carried out by MyFundAction, it became evident that their unwavering focus lies in addressing food and issues, a testament to their profound commitment in improving life. A glance at the official page of MyFundAction revealed the resolute dedication taking the hunger-related challenge, prioritizing the well-being of those affected by the food scarcity. Presently, the attention is directed toward the pressing issue children in Syria face hunger. MyFundAction aims to raise 500,000 to provide some assistance to these innocent souls. Today, there have been efforts to yield 2,100, a testament to the generosity and compassion of our community. The reach of MyFundAction compassion extends far beyond our borders. The organization has been actively involved in the numerous food aid missions, both within the Malaysia and the overseas. One noteworthy event took place in 18 April 2023 when they came to the aid earthquake victim in Hatay, Turkey. This contemporary event resulted not only serious injuries but also claimed the life of many. MyFundAction focused the attention on individuals who had lost parent of a family member, ensuring that they receive not only nourishment but also a ray of hope. The provision of the essential items such as baked Arabic rice and more exemplifies of the extraordinary contribution of the Malaysia in covering the cost of this humanitarian effort. MyFundAction commitment to uplifting life is further exemplified through their impactful Jiwa Baik program. It was held on 27 and 31 May in 2023. This program was a transformative experience for the both volunteers and the commitments they serve. The journey began on Saturday, the 27th of May, as MyFundAction arrived at Kedah, ready to make a difference. The first stop was 28th of May, was the humble abode of Asnaf. It was here at what they extend a helping hand, providing much needed necessity and such a wet goods and groceries. The impact of their compassionate action resonated deeply with the recipient, instilling the neural lens of the hopes and gratitude. On Monday, the 28th of May, MyFundAction embarked on the next leg of their mission, delivering kotak rezeki to the community in Kuala Kedah. This act of kindness and generosity had immediate the profound impact on the life and those who are receive this essential box of provisions. Continuing their journey, MyFundAction ventured to the scenic paradise of Langkawi for a day team building. However, we truly set this program apart. The opportunity is provided for 10 individuals. So without a doubt, MyFundAction is an organization that embodies the true spirit of compassion, empathy, and service to the humanity. Through their unwavering dedication, they have touched the life of the countless individuals, transforming despair into a hope and hunger into nourishments. In the conclusion, I argue that each of you to join hands with MyFundAction and the noble invaders. Together, we can make a tangible difference in the life of those needs. Let us embrace the value of compassion and generosity as we work towards a brighter future for all. Thank you.
Inequality is a serious problem faced in Malaysia and most countries these days, because we can see that there are still people who do not get perfect health service due to several factors, such as maybe the residence is far from the hospital and clinics, and the lack of income value or no fixed income to pay the cost of expensive medicine and medical treatments. So those problems actually contributes to unreachable of healthcare for the indigent. So to solve this kind of problem, the government should develop more hospitals and clinics in most residential areas, including the rural areas, and open many job opportunities to increase the rate of employment and decrease the rate of poverty, because most of the low-income groups are the groups that cannot afford medical health care. Those approaches cannot be done by the government since it will take a long period of time to see the changes. So luckily, there is an organization called MyFundAction that functions to help the government to end these inequalities problems. So MyFundAction has implemented a project called Mobile Clinic, which provides medical facilities to low-income groups, including bedridden patients and those with serious injuries. The team assists the indigent that suffer from the problem of unable to afford medical health care by providing transportation to bring them back and forth to the hospital. MyFundAction also support indigenous tribes in accessing hospital and clinics, and assists victims of natural disasters with continuous medical care, including dialysis and insulin injection regularly according to the appointment. Such that MyFundAction has collaborated with My Heart to create hygiene kits. The aims of this project are to promote body hygiene in Asnaf or indigenous people, reduce the problem of lice, dry skin, and inflammatory mouth disease, promoting personal health to all Malaysians, and prevents bacterial or viral infections of the hands and mouth. But not least, MyFundAction has implemented the Care for You project that provides financial assistance and moral support to families and children suffering from non-communicable disease, cancer, heart disease, and genetic disease, since those chronic diseases require a surgery that cannot be fully paid by them before this. So by using the funds given, all the patients can experience a better health condition and happy life.